To find lessons in Nearpod, you will first log into your account. When you log into your account, it's going to bring you to your home screen. Now you will see here on the right-hand side, you have all of your lessons. But Nearpod has a full library of lessons that we are able to use. To find these lessons, you go down the left side menu to Nearpod Library. Once you're in the Nearpod Library, you can scroll and look through their lessons, and you can see they have featured lessons, videos, activities, lessons by publisher, premium collections, and you can also go down and you can look at the lessons that are featured. Many times the featured lessons are upcoming holidays, upcoming events, and anything you may want to use in your classroom. They also have the ability on the left scroll bar to search for specific lessons, activities, and videos. You could do it by state standards. So you could select New York, and you could select specific standards and grade levels and find lessons. So that's another way to look for a specific lesson. And I'm just going to reload this. You could also just go by grade level, just go by topic, or you could search. So now if I'm searching for a counting lesson, I could put in the term counting and I can look what's available. Looking through the lesson, I see counting objects to 10. Very popular math subject for all of our students because it's part of the basics. Now I go in and preview the lesson. Well, this isn't a full lesson now that I could see it's an activity. So this activity is much like a worksheet, and students will be able to complete it, and they'd be able to write the numbers on here. So if you want this worksheet, you could click Add to My Lessons, but I'm looking for a full lesson, so I'm going to go back. And I'm going to see what they have. There's a video lesson on counting using Sesame Street. So there are a lot of different lessons. So this is an assessment. I'm going to look if this is useful. It's 10 slides. And you know, this looks like this would be good at the end after I already taught it. So you have to really go through each lesson to find what works specifically for you. So maybe I'll narrow it down, counting 1 to 20. And let's see. Now you can see there are a lot of different lessons, but I think this video might work. So I click into the video. And now you have the ability to teach the lesson, whether it's a video a Nearpod lesson straight from here without making any changes. You can also preview it, and when you preview it, you can look at the video itself, and you'd be able to go to the questions. And now these are checks during the video, and you can see if this works for you or not. You're also able to look at the transcript and the video questions in the handouts. You can look at related videos. And if this works for you, you can add this to your lesson, and then you can edit it. So when you edit it, it causes a duplication of the lesson, so it doesn't change the lesson that's on Nearpod. It makes you make your own copy. So if I wanted to add in a question at any point, I could look. I could add another question in. What number is this? And I can put 10, I can put 11, and I can put 12. So when my students are doing the work, there's more questions. So I'm checking for additional understanding. If I like the lesson how it is now, I could save it, and this will be in my library for me to use. So here is the original if I want to use it how it was, and here is my lesson. So another thing to do is you can also go into the lessons, and again, find it by topics that are already made. And Lunar New Year is coming up, so here's an introduction to a Lunar New Year lesson. And as you can see, there's 38 slides, and you are able to preview it to see if this works for you. And you can see all the different content and activities. And again, if this works for you, very similar to how we did with the video, add to my lessons. Now you can go to show in my lessons and say I want to edit this to make this differentiated and appropriate for my students. I duplicate the lesson. And now I could take out the items I don't feel are appropriate, and I can also add in items that I want. So say I wanted to add in a vocabulary video. I can click, I could search vocabulary, see if they have something on Lunar New Year. And they don't, but if they did, you'd be able to add it in. You could add in any of the content or activities. So any of these content or any of these activities can be added in for students to use. When you're happy with your lesson, you save and exit. And then like any Nearpod lesson that you've created yourself, you could get ready to launch it and use it with students. Also on the left scroll bar, if you're looking for Nearpod content, they do have these quick links to the English Language Learners Library, the College and Career Exploration Library, Historical Perspectives and Literacy Library, and the Vocabulary Video Pack. So these are also things that you could go through to find some of the lesson content that is given to us through Nearpod and is pre-made for us to use. So there are several different ways to find lessons.